Sweden is giving you 35,000 US dollars to go back to your country. Would you take it? Yes, whoever is watching my video, my name is Andy Frenzy, and this is Suwa Talk. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time to be here, consider subscribing and give this video a like, and I'll appreciate that the most. And leave me a comment about what you think on what you think about the issues that I'm gonna talk about in this video. So, Sweden is fed up of lazy immigrants. Yes, and they are like, yeah, go back to your country, you morons. So the thing is, the Swedish government came up with an idea of giving you $35,000. That is amounting to around 350,000 Swedish crowns in simple mathematics. And yeah, you can exchange that amount yeah, in your own currency, and you see how much you get. So but that's not the issue. The reason why I'm making this video is yes, to talk about that. And it looks like, yes, the Swedish government, they mean it. Why would someone come to their country in search for greener pastures, and then you who comes here decide to sit back home, do not learn about their culture, you can't speak their language, you do not have a job, you just engage yourself in a lot of crimes. They are like, we are fed up of such morons. We no longer need such lazy people and criminals in our country. So that's why they decided to come up with such an idea of raising 35,000 US dollars, give it to you, and then you go back to your country. They don't force you to get it. You shall come willingly. And the door is open for whoever thinks that Sweden is not home for them. And call it home. What are the priorities that the Swedish government is considering or putting forward to make sure that you are a good citizen? They want to make sure that all citizens, most especially, this is to immigrants who come here, are working, integrated into the Swedish system, well established, pay taxes, behave well in the societies where they do live. So, I'm asking you, if you are planning to come to Sweden, or if you're already in Sweden, would you take that money and go back to your country where you came from? Just let me know what you think in the comment section. Yeah, but to talk more on that, I think Sweden has a point here. However much the way they brought it up, it has been covered. The context of it has been has had a lot of negativity in it, and the way they are bringing it to the communities or to the people who are already living in Sweden, it's like all immigrants are really affected by the kind of words that are coming from different politicians on this issue. And I'm saying, you know, so many immigrants who come to Sweden actually do work, and they really work hard. They integrate themselves in the system. I've met a lot of, you know, good immigrants actually who are living just the best life ever. And they are speaking the Swedish language. They know about the culture, the laws. They are working. They're having great jobs. They studied here. And yes, why would Sweden give you an opportunity that's like giving you a second chance, and then you utilize it negatively? That would be very bad. Very, very, very bad. It is very important to take so many things into consideration when you think about the fact that Sweden has given you an opportunity to be in their country. I think it would be very bad if you do not integrate yourself very well in the system, if you do not learn the language, if you do not learn about the Swedish culture. Yes, the laws, it is something that is very extraordinary, but at least get yourself to know about some laws, and such that you could be able to, stand for your rights when it comes to certain injustices. You know what I mean? So, but certain people came here to Sweden, and all they do is to give birth to children. And because of the fact that the Swedish government is a very well-established government, they take care of you. If you do not have a job, they will give you money. If you do not, they will pay for your tuition. If you want to go to school, they will pay for the tuition of your kids. And they will make sure they even give you some money to take care of your kids. So, and this has brought a lot of negligence amongst certain people. I mean, I'm not saying anyone. This is not generalizing everyone. Like I said previously, so many immigrants are really working hard in this country. So certain people have taken the system for granted, and all they do is sit back home, wait for the government money, social services to give them money, and and they utilize that money. And some have even gone an extra mile of giving birth to so many children, which is not a crime. Yes, of course, Sweden loves people. Sweden is still a country with a very low population, which they can manage anyway. And Sweden right now has about 11 million people. So when you talk about the population density, people have taken granted, most especially. And when I talk about people, I mean immigrants, because the reason why Sweden is becoming furious is because of immigrants who are taking the Swedish system for granted. People who do not want to work, people who do not want to go and study the Swedish language, people who just came here to sit back. We understand in a certain point, in a different perspective, we can understand that some people come here with a lot of, psychological, maybe deterioration or deteriorated situation. Some people come here when they are very depressed from war zoned areas, or from due to civil wars in their countries, or due to wars, generally. Yes, but at least when you take some time, a few years, because the Swedish government tries as much as they could, and they really ask you from the beginning what kind of help you need. So, and I think I can say people get the help that they need, but not all, not the rightful help to a certain extent. And we've seen irresponsibility when it comes to integration. Some people who are working for probably the Swedish migration neglected the fact that people who are coming from different cultures, yes, they could learn the Swedish culture, but at the same time, how much people are you able to take in? In my own opinion, I can say that Sweden took in a lot of people, and they didn't know the numbers they are going to take in are going to become a problem in the long run. And this is what we are beginning to see, in my own opinion. This is what we are beginning to see, that they probably took in a lot that they couldn't afford to integrate very well in the system. And due to integration failure in certain areas. And what do I mean by integration? Integration, I mean when you come here, people who would give you tips, people who would give you the way, people who will teach you how the system works, yes, there are certain things that you do typically that are already on the procedures when you come here. when you move here, you have to learn the language. That is the first thing, a must do actually. So you must learn, and the Swedish government pays the school where you are you are supposed to learn, and they, on top of that, they even give you some money as upkeep to keep you around, because they know, of course, you don't have a job. You are trying to learn their language such that you can be integrated in the system very well, and you can begin from there your own establishment later on. And this period, I think, by the time I came to Sweden, it was around 18 months. And yeah, within those 18 months, they expect you, whoever has started learning about the Swedish language, to at least pick something within 18 months. That's about 1.5 years. Yes, then the rest, they will leave it for you to, yeah, fight on your own. And yes, from there, of course, the system works very well. If you have any previous academic past slips or academic documents, they would validate them, and then you get a chance to join probably university. And from the university, you can even learn whether in either English or Swedish, if you're very fluent in Swedish. And I've seen people struggle with the language. I myself struggled in the beginning, but struggle doesn't mean that you will not learn the language. Struggle means that you are trying as much as you can, and other people can see it, that at least this person is trying to speak the language. They do not force the language on you, but it is the language that works in their country, and everyone must speak Swedish. Yes, of course, Swedish people, if you may ask, do Swedish people speak English? They do speak English, but they prioritize their language, and that is very good in my opinion. You must have love for your country, norms, culture, language, everything, and that's what I love about Swedish people, because they really prioritize their culture so much. You may meet a Swedish person and try to speak to them in English, and they some of them would pretend as if they do not know the English. Moreover, they can even actually speak English better than most of us, So, and that's the thing, and it is their choice, They prioritize the language. They do not. Swedish people do not want to speak to strangers that much. So, that is the case, and the government means it. But what happened when they sent this proposal or this idea to the municipalities? Many of them stood their ground, and they said they are not going to work with the government as far as that idea is concerned. Many municipalities decided to go against that idea, and they said for them they need people, because people are the ones who are working. People are the ones who are bringing in money for them, and in that for that reason, they want people instead, not sending people back to their countries. And it is not one municipality. There are lots of municipalities who actually went against that idea, and that is how it is. But the curiosity of the government is is actually understood by many of the immigrants who are here. However, like I said, it came with a lot of negativity, which generalized so many immigrants who are very hardworking, and people who are really working so hard to make ends meet in this country, paying taxes, not even committing crimes. There is a big number of immigrants actually who are doing that. So let me know what you think about that. Would you take the money if Sweden gives you that money? Yes, and do not forget to subscribe to my channel, and yeah, leave me a comment. I'll appreciate that the most, and we discuss further. I will reply to all comments about this topic, and we see what you think. Yes, is it a good idea? Would you take the money? Let me know what you think. See you in my next video. Adios, amigos.